Are you just discovering a whole food plant-based diet? Or maybe you've been on it for a while and you're running out of ideas, or maybe it's overwhelming to you? I think I have some suggestions and some good recipes for you today, so stick around. Hi, Debbie Chu here from Chew on Vegan, and welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, I'm a plant-based RN. I've been plant-based for 12 years. Actually, this month is my 12-year vegan anniversary, and it was the best decision I ever made. So if you're just starting out on a plant-based diet, you're not going to regret it. This way of eating has helped me maintain a healthy weight for years, and I'm also very healthy. All my numbers are good, and my doctor couldn't be happier. I feel like when people start this way of eating, they tend to get overwhelmed. I feel like they think they need to be complicated and make all these fancy recipes and have all these ingredients, and that is just not the case. This way of eating is so simple. The meals I eat on a daily basis are so simple and easy. It's a starch, it's a veggie, it's some kind of a sauce. I may throw in some beans or tofu, and that is it. Simple and easy. Once your taste buds change, which takes a couple of weeks or so, you're going to be able to really enjoy the flavors of just vegetables. I mean, I can just eat broccoli plain. I can eat rice plain. It's delicious. But I like variety, so I put a sauce on it or cook it a different way. So there's just so many options. I think there's a majority of people that get on this way of eating because they want to lose weight, which you will, and that's wonderful. But it's not all about losing weight. It's about your health. You want your insides to be as healthy as your outsides. It's great to look good, but you want your arteries, your brain, your lungs, all that to be healthy. And studies have shown that a plant-based diet can help protect you from a lot of the common diseases that people have today. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, cancer, just to name a few. And eating a whole food plant-based diet can really help you avoid those diseases. So I'm going to show you a couple recipes today that are really easy, everyday ingredients, not hard. They'll be delicious. And I want you to see that eating this way does not have to be boring. It doesn't have to be complicated. I'll be showing you a really easy pasta that I will be using my tomato soup recipe, which I have found out is an absolute delicious pasta sauce. So it's a great soup and it's a great pasta sauce. And I will leave a link to that recipe below, but we're going to be making a pasta with that, and I'm going to be adding a few things to it. And then I'm going to be making a flatbread salad. I'm going to make this really easy flatbread, and I'm just going to put a salad on top. And it's so delicious and so easy. So let's get started. Here is what you will need to make the flatbread. We're going to be using some flour. I'm using chickpea flour. This is the brand I use. You can use whatever kind of flour you would like. I have celiac, so I have to be gluten-free, and chickpea flour is gluten-free, and I really like the flavor of it. But feel free to use any kind of flour that you would like. So 1.5 cups goes into this bowl. We're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of applesauce. This is going to take the place of any kind of oil that you would use in a regular crust. You will not taste it in the flatbread. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of warm water. Now we're just going to whisk this together. And you just want it to be nice and smooth, get all the lumps out. Then I have a lined sheet pan. This is 9 by 12. It's a smaller sheet pan. I lined it with some parchment paper. And then we're just going to pour the whole thing on here. I'm going to use an offset spatula. You can use whatever you'd like. And you just want to spread it all out as evenly as possible. Now we're going to bake this in a 450-degree preheated oven for about 20 minutes. I'm going to check it at 15, but it's usually about 20 minutes. Just till it's lightly golden and it's cooked through. While the flatbread is cooking, I'm going to make a quick ranch dressing for our salad that's going to go on top of the flatbread. Now this is Plentiful KIKI'S ranch dressing, which I love. I'm not even going to try to improve on it. It's perfect the way it is. I'm going to be making the version with the white beans instead of the cashews because I want this to be really low fat. And to me, it tastes just as good as when you use cashews. I really like both versions, but this one's way lower fat, so why not? So we need a half a cup of white beans, any kind of white beans. We've got a half a cup of soy milk, or whatever kind of milk you want. I just prefer soy milk. It's creamier to me and I like the flavor. And then we're going to add some spices. We have onion powder, garlic powder, and salt. And then a couple tablespoons of vinegar, whatever kind you want to use. All right, I'm going to blend this up in my little bullet here, and then we'll add 2 more ingredients to make it an official ranch. Now we're going to add some parsley, about a teaspoon. We're going to add some dill, just a pinch. You can add more if you want. And I'm going to add a little black pepper. Then we're just going to stir this up. And of course, taste it. If you need to adjust anything, feel free. And it will thicken up once you refrigerate it. So it looks a little thin now, but it will thicken up. So I've got a couple cups of arugula that I just chopped up. I like my salads chopped up pretty fine. I like small pieces of greens. I don't like fighting with it when I'm trying to eat it. But you can use whatever kind of lettuce you want, like I said. Then I'm just going to add what I would normally add into a salad, which is some shredded carrots. I've got some red onion and some cucumber. I'm going to save the tomatoes because I want to put those on just on top, but you can mix them in your salad as well if you want. Then let's get some of that dressing on there. I start with just a little bit. You can always add more. I don't like a salad that's just drenched in dressing. We'll do a little more. Okay, that looks perfect to me. Of course, you're going to want to taste it. If you need to add anything to it, now's the time. Now, you're going to want your flatbread to cool. Mine's been cooling for about 5-6 minutes. And then we're going to add the salad on top. So let's do that right now. I just wanted to show you the underside here. Look how nice and crispy it got. This was about 18 minutes in the oven. Okay, I'm going to flip it over, and this is the side I'm going to put everything on. Now, I like to put a little bit of the ranch dressing on the actual flatbread. Maybe like 3 tablespoons or so. So that way you'll get the ranch dressing flavor underneath all the salad too on the actual flatbread, which I think is a nice little touch. And of course you can do this little flatbread with tomato base, whatever you want. It's really versatile. Now we're going to spoon. Actually, I'm going to put this on the cutting board. And then let's just put some salad on here. What a fun way to eat your salad. Then just spread it around. And you know, you can do whatever you want. I mean, if you want more salad on here, you go for it. Yeah. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of those tomatoes on, like I said. I like to do it after. And then I've just got a few little olives that I'm just going to kind of sprinkle through here. And I just like the little taste of olives on a flatbread or a pizza. Okay, that is it. Let's slice it up and let's taste it. Okay, look at this. Now this serves 2, so I'm gonna eat half, my husband's gonna eat the other half. It's pretty filling, so let's give this a taste. And it holds together pretty well, so I'm gonna take a bite of the corner here. That is so good. I'm gonna need a minute. Now, if you think plant-based eating is boring, you've got to try this. And you know, it was just ingredients that I already had around the house, and it came together really quick. I mean, you make a little bit of a, you know, you got to make the flatbread, but while that's cooking, you can make your salad dressing and you make your salad. Pretty easy. So under 30 minutes, you're having a nice meal. All right, let's make that pasta dish. I've got some water boiling here, and I'm going to be adding in 3/4 cup of red lentil pasta. I prefer the red lentil pasta. The 3/4 cups have 15 grams of protein and 6 grams of fiber. And since I am gluten-free, this is perfect for me, but you can use whatever kind of pasta you want. All right, we're going to let this boil per package directions, which is about 6 to 7 minutes. And I'm going to show you how easy this all comes together. So the pasta is nearly done, so I'm going to finely shred up some lettuce. These are called little gems. They're very similar to romaine, which you could use romaine, arugula, whatever kind you want. And we're going to add a whole bunch of this to our pasta and our sauce. So I just am going to cut it up like this so it's really finely chopped. Now the sauce itself is already made. I'm not going to show you how to make that. I will leave a link to the video so you can make it yourself. But you'll have it ready in about 30 minutes. And it's got a ton of veggies in it in itself. Ton of greens. I added some parsley, and there's celery, carrots, onion. You can add cauliflower. You'll see when you see the recipe, but it's all done on the stovetop. It takes no time at all. So I'm going to do a little bit more. I like to use the dark and the light. And this is how you can dilute the calories in a recipe, by using just a little bit of pasta and then adding a ton of greens, veggies. So I'm just going to chop this up a little finer. And when the pasta's done, we'll add the sauce and the lettuce and the greens here and just let it wilt. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of nutritional yeast. Okay, you want to put the pasta back into the hot pot. I've warmed up my sauce/soup. Got about 2 cups, or 1.5 cups, I would say. And then we're going to add the greens, and that's about 2 cups. And we can always add more. I'm going to turn the heat on to low. And then we're just going to stir this all in. I know this may seem weird to some of you to put lettuce in your pasta, but let me tell you, it is delicious. I'm going to let this go for a few minutes. I want the lettuce to wilt down. And I may add more sauce, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just top it with some sauce when I plate it up. I also want to add in a little bit of nutritional yeast. This is optional, but it will give you that more of a cheesy flavor. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to plate this up in just a minute, and then I'm going to give it a taste. Would you look at this? Oh, so good. I don't think I'm going to finish this whole bowl, but I'm going to give it a good try. I'm just going to eat it till I'm comfortably full, and then I'm going to put the rest away. I can eat it later, or I can take it to work with me tomorrow. You can always eat again. So I just love adding greens. If you've been following me for a while, you know I love adding greens to everything, wherever I can get more fiber, more nutrients. You know, if you're getting the proper amount of nutrients, your cravings pretty much go away because you're giving your body everything you need. It's really amazing. Once you start piling on the greens and the veggies, the non-starchy veggies, you're going to notice that your cravings really do dwindle. Check it out. So amazing. This sauce/soup is so good. I'm going to use this in so many things. I think it would be really good in a lasagna. If you want to make this soup on its own, it's great. You could have it with the grilled cheese. And I have a recipe for grilled cheese on my channel. Just search for that. So I hope you can see by these two recipes that eating this way is not boring, it's not complicated, it's not hard, and it's absolutely delicious. This is a lifestyle that you can sustain for the rest of your life, and you will lose weight and you will be healthy. So it's the best of both worlds. If you like this video, if you learned something, please share it with your friends, give it a like. And if you've made it this far in the video, please comment below with easy recipes, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate your support. If you'd like to support my channel in other ways, sharing is a great way to do that. If you use any of the links in the description box, I do get a small commission from those. And you can also hit that little heart that says thanks underneath this video, and you can contribute that way too. There is a cost to maintaining a YouTube channel, so I really appreciate all your support if you're able. And be sure to check out all the links below for all the resources that I offer. Remember, all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate and your weight. Until next time, thank you.